No, you. Oh, jeez. Hi, everyone. We welcome you to Game 2 of the JSBL. Dan Uzerski, Alec Krauthamel, at least for a quarter. But Larson Ford, Ortho, New Jersey, the nightcap tonight. And I don't know about you, Alec, so excited for the two new additions Ortho has tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be guys like Doug Eddert. I mean, obviously we know what he did, and Daryl Banks. I mean, those two in that run, I know the hypothetical you were posing, which run was more impressive, their run, St. Peter's run in 2022, or Florida Atlantic's run a year later in 2023. There's a good argument for both, but obviously Eddert, one of the best shot makers on that team. He ended up playing at Bryant as well. We saw him in warm-ups look really good with his jumper. He also was I believe, a coach at Bergen Catholic, his alma mater this year. So definitely a lot of excitement in the building, a lot of talent. And we were talking about in the last game, if this Ortho team can have a lot of the guys on the roster that are more, the high talent guys they have on their roster, they could really be a talented group.
Yeah, they can be as good as anyone. You mentioned George Pappas not even here. He had 51 in the loss against RKE, who hasn't yet to lose this year. And then for Larson Ford, you've had some talent come here at times, but at other times it's looked pretty bad. As we're going to send it over to the court now. In the 5 on the floor, we get to see Eddert and Banks right out of the gate. Mike Amon, who's as good of a rebounder as anyone, Denzel Menza as well, and then Jesse Steele rounds out the 5. And then for Larson Ford, it's Zaire Dean, Zion Bethay, Jalon Hornbeek, one of the most talented players ever to play at Monmouth, Alex Liba, and there's a 3 going up, no good, aiming the rebound, and he'll pass it right to Doug Eddert, who making his JSBL debut. He passes his teammate Banks down low, Mensa. They swing it, Steele drives, finds Eddert, Banks. These two played together at St. Peter's. Banks drives, Eddert with 9 to shoot, goes to the rim, turn around, finds Banks. Banks, 3, no, rebounded by Wade. Dean, I apologize. Here's Zion Bethay. Takes a long 3, no, rebounded by Doug Eddert. Eddert slipped for a second. Good defense by Jalon Hornbeek. Monmouth and St. Peter's on each other there. Here's Mensa. Had 30 in his first game of the year. Was efficient shooting as well. Amon backing down Liba. Layup goes to the left hand. Big Mike Amon with the signature left-handed hook. And it's 2-0 Ortho.
Yeah, he's just able to create space with the opposite arm and makes that hook shot a lot easier.
And here's Liba down the lane, left hand, no, rebound, Amon. Mensa got a hand on it as well. Here he is. Banks in the corner. Mensa, Eddert, fake the 3, passes to Steele. He'll drive, turn around, got it. Nice shot for Jesse Steele, and Ortho's up 4-0.
Yeah, Steele's an electric shot maker, and he can really rise up from any angle. Really good from beyond the arc as well. Once again, similar to Sean Grant, he's got that kind of falling away style on his jumper, so it can create a little bit more space.
Here's a long 3, no, in the back of the rim. Long rebound, tips out. Here's a 2 on the runner, no, rebound, Mensa, and last touch by Larson. Campbell missed the first shot. Dean couldn't get the second one. And then it's Eddert to inbound to Denzel Mensa. Mensa swings it, it was tipped. Here's Eddert in the corner, guarded by Campbell. Comes across the screen. Eddert, good pass to Mensa, who couldn't handle it. Here comes the break for Larson, laying it up with the right hand, no good. Liba gets the rebound, and then he gets it back in after the initial Bethay miss. 4-4. Mensa finds Banks into the corner. Steele tries the 3, no. Almost rattled back in, but Campbell able to get the rebound. He'll take the assignment of Banks, who had 27 in that magical run against Kentucky for St. Peter's in that first round. And you think maybe the greatest unprecedented and improbable run ever in an NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the work that Shaheen Holloway did with that team, obviously now at Seton Hall, hasn't replicated that same success. It's had flashes of it, but the way that team was able to lock in defensively, got some really good contributions, and then those guys went on to play some pretty solid basketball pretty much everywhere else as well.
Banks ended up at St. Bonaventure. Here he handled the pass and stepped out of bounds.
When a guy like Eddard, who went to Bryant, really good head coach up there, who ended up making it up to VCU, that one being Phil Martelli Jr.
What a job he's done at the Virginia Commonwealth as a three is off the mark from Jalon Hornbeek. Spent some time at Oklahoma before going to Monmouth. Here's Eddard a three, his first three in the JSBL, no. Rebound, Mensah out to Steele. He'll try an open look from three and knock it down. 7-2 Ortho, 6:28 to play in the first.
Yeah, has too much space for Steele. Even just a step, he can knock it down from beyond the arc, and off the offensive rebound, really good spot for him.
Here's Zaire Dean, played at RBR. Passes to Hornbeek, who Justin Robinson on here last night said Hornbeek might be the most talented player he ever played with at Monmouth. Liba to Hornbeek. To Liba, who got it. And they're going to count it in a foul as well.
Yeah, it was before the shot clock went off. Good job just kind of flipping it up, knowing that the shot clock was at 1. Liba, the biggest guy out there, he really does have a good presence in the paint. He's gotten a couple of offensive rebounds as well. He's been pretty solid so far tonight.
So they'll count it and add one more. And you look at Larson hanging in there so far. I mean, 4 minutes in, a little bit slower start to this one for both teams. I think with Ortho, you have your new guys in, and Larson, there are times where they'll struggle to score regardless who's in, and that one no good from Liba on the free throw line. Steele's going to take it up, find it. Here to Mensah, here's Eddard. Swings it, corner, Banks. These two did it a lot at St. Peter's. Amon, dribble, three, no, left it short, and then the rebound, it goes off of Gene Campbell.
Yeah, the official said blue, and everyone was saying, well, which one, because they're both wearing blue.
Yeah. And that was pretty clearly off Gene Campbell. Mensah looking for somewhere to get it into. He's got to get it in. They get it in to Mike Amon, who's going to back down Liba, the vet. Amon turning around, high arcing to no. Eddard able to get the rebound, swings it. Banks, open look for Steele after the pass, and no. Rebound, tipped off by Zaire Dean. It'll stay with Ortho. 5:29 to play here in the first.
Yeah, good job on the boards so far.
Goldstein will check in for Banks. I think you have to like, if you're John Comiskey, the returns of Banks and Eddard early on. Here's Goldstein. Amon gets to the foul line, a little bit behind it, spinning, lost it for a second, got it back, and got it to go off the glass.
That's his bread and butter. He just goes to it so often. Even if you flip it up unintentionally, I don't want to say that was unintentional, but he's just able to get a good look.
Sometimes if you put the ball on the rim, good things happen. And that's what he did, and that's the travel. 5:05 to play here in the first.
Yeah, as all the coaches like to say, you got to use the backboard. That's exactly what he did.
It's kind of like baseball. If you put it towards the rim, good things will happen. Jones comes in for Liba. Amari Jones, maybe the most famous player of the JSBL stream history. Here's Denzel Mensah. Down low, Amon tipped away for a second. Amon didn't touch it, so it's off on Larson. And that'll take us to our first media timeout of the night. Larson and Ortho, the nightcap. Ortho leads 9-4.
All right, we're back here at JSBL action. Dan Yuzerski had to head out a little bit early in this one, so Alec Cranimal here taking over as Larson, with the ball. And driving in, putting up a shot. No, he kicks it out. Gene Campbell fakes the three, puts it up, got it. Big bucket for Ortho, down 9-4. We'll get a whistle. And it's a two-pointer, actually, from Campbell.
Just some reassurance from the ref there.
Yeah, foot was on the line. Got Vin with me, affectionately known as the Vin turn.
Yes, sir.
So it will be Ortho, New Jersey ball. Jesse Steele with it, kicks it over to Aaron Goldstein. Trying to get Eamon on a post-up, kicks out Eder, top of the key three, left it short. Eamon flies in for the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Goldstein. Three-pointer left that one short as well. We'll get a whistle and a foul on Larson, I believe. Yes, that will be on Gene Campbell on the loose ball as Mensah was trying to get in position.
Despite the mess, Aaron Goldstein, especially week one, seems to be a really good piece for this Ortho New Jersey team. Somebody to definitely keep an eye on, who doesn't really catch the eye off the sheet of paper. So Aaron Goldstein looking to continue a great year.
Yeah, coming off the bench as Steele gets it from Goldstein. Now Eder in the corner. Back to Goldstein on the block. Kicks it out, Steele, pump fakes, and he'll put it up anyways. Got it. Jesse Steele can just rise up through any angle, hits another three, and now it's a 12-6 lead for Ortho.
As Larson looks to gain some momentum here.
As Campbell will bring it up and kicks it out for Xavier Dean. Now with it, putting up a three, Zion Bethea. Off back iron, chasing down the rebound was Dean. And into the hands of Campbell. Euro step, nice finish with the right hand. And it's back to a 12-8 game.
And Zaire Dean was one of the best players in the short conference this year, as Mensah lays it in and one.
Yeah, nice job going coast to coast for Mensah. We like to call him a bit of a power guard. He's not the tallest guy, usually plays the three, but he is really strong and really efficient in the paint. As coming in for the first time tonight, Tommy Conniff at center for Ortho. He'll come in as Mike Amon gets a break for a minute.
And like you said, Mensah just not the tallest guy, but definitely not the shortest guy out there. So a power guard is what I would say. Definitely drives really strong, so definitely a guy you have to watch on the court.
They'll look to finish off the three-point play. Now 14-8 lead with about 3 minutes to play. Can't get the bounce to go. He has such a high arc on his jumper, including his free throw. As now Dean will bring it up, crosses over on Steele, drives, got it poked away, but right into the hands of Campbell. Got caught in the air to kick it out, and now a corner three, that one way off from Amari Jones. And now Mensah going coast to coast once again, steps through, puts it up, gets the roll.
And just like we're talking about,
he's really great in transition, went coast to coast once again, pushes the lead to 8. As Dean drives in on Steele, try to step back now, Jones in the corner. Working on Tommy Conniff, drives in, kicks out, open catch and shoot triple for Hornbeak, and he's got it. 3 they needed
as Larson cuts the lead to 5.
Yeah, only a 2-possession game. Mensah will bring it up. Gets a screen from Conniff. Trying to get a good look as Mensah drives in, can't get that one to go. Offensive rebound for Conniff. Putback won't go, and the rebound taken in by Amari Jones, and he'll bring it up himself. Kicks out. Corner, Bethea, 3, got it. Back to a 1-possession game, and Larson's starting to get it going from 3.
And just when you think that Ortho's starting to pull away with this game, Larson just comes back, drills 2 threes, and just like that, it's a 1-possession game. So
Steele off the roll, finds Conniff down low, and he gets fouled on the shot attempt. So Tommy Conniff will go to the free throw line, playing for Lehigh.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on Amari Jones here.
Yeah, Steele, once again, he probably had a look on the layup, but Conniff being the tallest guy out there, probably a better chance there, and he'll head to the stripe.
Tommy Conniff standing, I believe, 6'10", maybe 6'11", so definitely the biggest guy on the court here from the line.
First free throw off back iron as Jaden Santucci will check in for the first time today, as Doug Edert will get a bit of a break. Also checking in for Larson Ford, Alex Leiba checks back into the game as Lon Hornbeak will take a seat. 1 free throw for Conniff.
And he connects off the glass. The bank is open, Alec.
That it is on the free throw attempt. So back to a 3-point lead for Ortho.
Still only a 1-possession game as Larson looks to keep firing from long range.
Zaire Dean will bring it up, operating off the screen from Leiba, kicks out, and looking for 2 guys, but Bethea was there. He'll pull up. That one was halfway down. And the rebound by Santucci. Break opportunity here. Finds Goldstein, drives in, nice dump off, and a 2-hand slam by Tommy Conniff. Great job on the feed from Goldstein. And it's back to a 5-point game.
Conniff just uses his size and just basically doesn't really move anybody out of the way, just everybody moved out of his way as he slams one down.
Amari Jones goes up. That one might have gotten blocked by Conniff, but right in the hands of Gene Campbell, who puts up the floater over the outstretched arm of Conniff. And it's back to a one-possession game. Campbell played for Stearns Trailer last year, one of the standout guards on that team. A Steele finds a bit of space, puts it up, and left it short.
Can't give Jesse Steele too much space now.
Now a nice pass down low from Bethea to Dean. Lays it up and in, and it's back to a 1-point game. Under a minute to play here in this first quarter. Here comes Mensah. Has the size advantage, calls off the screen from Conniff. Now kicks out Goldstein, driving in. Another nice dump off to Conniff. Bobbled it a little bit. Kicks out Steele. Really nice ball movement. Santucci catch and shoot three. Misses everything, but Conniff there for the offensive rebound. Shot clock down to 3. He's got to put up a shot as Mensah gets it, and he can't get it up in time. Shot clock violation for Ortho as they weren't able to get it up. The first shot didn't hit the rim. As we're going to get some subs here for the final 30 seconds.
Daryl Banks will check back in as Jesse Steele hits the bench. Banks looks to power Ortho for the last 30 seconds of the first quarter here against Larson Ford.
As Dean will bring it up. 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Dean working on Goldstein. Drives in, scoop, layup, no. Rebound tapped out and taken in by Goldstein. Ran into Mensah. Shot clock off. As Banks, catch and shoot triple. Doesn't go, but his foot was on the line anyway, so it won't count. And that's what happens with this updated three-point line. They moved it back to the NBA range, so not as much room to catch and shoot. We've seen that a few times that guys have gotten affected by it, so now Larson Ford will have a chance for the last shot. It'll be Campbell to bring it up. 1-point game as Ortho leads by 1. Crossover. Campbell gets it poked away by Goldstein. 2 seconds, has a shot at the last shot. Floats it up at the buzzer. No, but he gets fouled.
He'll go to the line.
Yeah, he'll go to the line with, I would imagine, less than a second remaining on the clock. He put it up with about half a second if I had to guess, so Goldstein will get 2 free throws unless they'll just keep it at 0, all zeros.
Which is what I'm expecting here.
They are lining up at the free throw line.
Larson foul charge number 31, Alex Leiba.
They're going to get Leiba on the foul. First foul of the quarter. Fifth for the team for Larson Ford. They're going to put half a second on the clock. 1-point lead for Ortho as Goldstein will go to the line for 2. Looking to add to this lead. They're up by 1, trying to make it a 3-point game after a quarter.
And a great defensive effort from Aaron Goldstein at the end of the quarter.
Absolutely, getting his team an extra chance. And in a close game like this, those extra chances could mean everything as Goldstein's first free throw is off back iron.
They absolutely add up. And for a team like Ortho, you're going to need those.
One more free throw coming up. And that one's good, goes 1 for 2. And maybe Larson will have one more chance at a quick shot attempt as Campbell will inbound. And they're just going to take this one into the end of the first quarter. So a 20-18 lead for Ortho, New Jersey. It's been a fun one so far. Through a quarter, 20-18 lead for Ortho, New Jersey. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, second quarter action coming up on the Jersey Shore Basketball League. Welcome back to Manasquan High School JASBL action, the second half of our doubleheader as Ortho, New Jersey has a 20-18 lead after a quarter. And in that opening quarter, it was a great opening 10 minutes for Ortho, New Jersey's Jesse Steele at 8 points, 2 threes, and a 2. Really solid first quarter for him, really got it done. Only took 1 2-pointer, was 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, but he made that 1 2-pointer as well. As they'll start with the ball, Ortho will. Goldstein picks up his dribble, finds Banks. Banks, the former St. Peter's star, pulls up from the short corner. No, that one's short. Great rebound by Santucci, flying in, and he gets the putback.
And that's just great basketball from Santucci there, as he just comes flying in for the rebound and the putback.
Bethea kicks out. Gene Campbell puts that one up. Too strong off back iron, it'll go out of bounds. He missed that one, but Gene Campbell had a really solid first quarter of his own. The leading scorer for Larson 4 with 6 points, 3 buckets inside the three-point line. And Gene Campbell, again, played for Stearns last year. He's one of those guys that can hit those tough shots.
Santucci carries the ball up for Ortho.
Hands off to Banks. Now Goldstein, top of the key. Eamon also back in the game. They're going 2 bigs, Ortho is, with Conniff and Eamon both in the game.
Conniff wants it.
Yeah, he had the size advantage against Amari Jones. Goldstein gets it back, 8 on the shot clock. Driving it on Dean, steps back, stops the free throw line, finds Eamon. Foot was out of bounds. Once again, adjusting to that new three-point line, Eamon with his foot on the line, and that'll be a turnover. It'll be Larson ball. Yeah, they're going with the 2 big lineup, Ortho is. We've seen them do that occasionally last year with Eamon and Conniff both on the floor at the same time. It definitely gives them an advantage on the rebounding edge.
And maybe this is definitely a game to do it, as they definitely have a size advantage when one of them's in, regardless, too, as
Santucci, nice lay in transition after the steal from Goldstein and the assist. And it's back to a 6-point lead for Ortho. Bethea with it now, operating off the pick and roll, kicks out for Liba. He'll take a mid-range J, but he traveled. Took a bit of an extra step there when spotting up for the jumper. So it'll be a turnover, and Ortho will get the ball back as Lon Hornbeek will check back into the game. It'll be Ortho ball. The 5 on the floor for Ortho. It'll be Santucci, Goldstein, Conniff, Eamon, and Daryl Banks out there on offense. As Goldstein will bring it up working on against Zaire Dean. Conniff fires down low to Eamon, a little bit too high off his hand.
And that'll be Larson 4 ball.
Turnover there. We've seen a couple of turnovers now as these defenses are starting to settle in a bit more. And so Dean will bring it up for Larson 4. Working on Goldstein. He'll work a handoff with Bethea. Guarded by Santucci. Kicks out. Open 3 for Amari Jones. High arcer gets it to go, and it's back to a 1-possession game.
Beautiful shot from Amari Jones.
That was really nice on the kick out in the opening 2 minutes of this second quarter. Goldstein running the point once again. Driving on Hornbeek, puts it up. Won't go, but he got fouled on the shot attempt.
Looks like it'll be on Lon Hornbeck. But we will see.
It looks like they're going to call that on Bethea, but Hornbeek was in the area. And it was actually not on the shot attempt. It was before the shot on the floor. So it'd be a new possession with 16 on the shot clock for Ortho. Opening 2 minutes of the second quarter, they lead by 3. Goldstein steps back, kicks out Santucci, driving in. Nice dump down low for Conniff. Kicks out Eamon. Tried to pass it out, but deflected by Hornbeek and stolen. Now a break opportunity for, is that one? They're going to call it goaltend. Didn't look like anyone got any contact on
I
it.
didn't think anybody touched the ball there. Neither does Daryl Banks himself.
Zaire Dean had a really nice move on the Euro step.
As a lefty to transfer over to the right on the Euro. Beautiful move from Zaire Dean.
So count that basket. It's a 1-point game. Conniff top of the key.
Eamon looking for it.
He was looking for Eamon. He just couldn't get it to him. As Conniff picks up his dribble, Eamon finally gets it, but right into the hands of Zion Bethea. Now on the break. Kicks out down low, and a nice lob and layup attempt good for Zaire Dean. And Larson Ford takes the lead. As Goldstein drives in, loses control of it, picked up by Conniff, but taken away by Amari Jones. Another break opportunity here for Larson Ford. Kicks out Campbell. What a pass. Bethea with the 3, no. Rebounded by Santucci. Now Santucci trying to go coast to coast, pulls up from the foul line, got it. Nice move by Santucci and a much-needed bucket to snap the scoring drought for Ortho, New Jersey, and as they retake the lead.
Jason Santucci giving Ortho some quality minutes here off the bench.
As Dean missed the 3, might have gotten blocked. Here comes Santucci once again. Over the head and with the left hand, no, but he got fouled. So Jaden Santucci will head to the free throw line. Santucci coming off the bench had that bucket on the last possession, and now we'll look to add to it as some of the high-octane guards for Ortho, New Jersey, Doug Eddert and Jesse Steele will check back into the game.
See, my guess would be they grab Goldstein and Santucci and they run the double guard with Daryl Banks in the middle. As Jay Santucci knocks down the first.
It's not a bad strategy, as Goldstein will come out
And I'm
for
incorrect.
Steele, as Eddard will come in for Conniff.
So now they're going to run the one big with Eamon, which is still very, very powerful for this team.
And Santucci will have one more. He has 3 points so far in the night, looking to make it 4, and he does just that. And actually a 3-point lead for Ortho-New Jersey, up 28-25. Gene Campbell to bring it up for Larson Ford. Guarded by Banks. Kicks out for Amari Jones, working on Eamon. Brings him back out onto the perimeter. Eamon giving him some room. Pull up mid-range J. That one way short, misses everything. Rebound off the leg of Peter Luster, and that'll be Ortho ball.
Now, something I'm looking at for this Ortho team is they have a whole new 5 on the bench, so fresh legs all game as we see again, Jason Santucci giving more quality minutes off the bench. And really, like I said, as we'll take a timeout here.
Yeah,
but
Larson wants to talk it over.
Big bench for Ortho, and that might be the deciding factor here, just fresh legs down the stretch. So we'll see. We're going to timeout, and we'll go timeout with them, 30-25 as we head to the break.
Back here at Manasquan High School, out of the timeout, Ortho-New Jersey leads 30-25. It'll be Bethea to bring it up for Larson Ford. Drives in, really nice move, high off the glass, couldn't get it to go, but he got fouled. So Zion Bethea will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. As a quick 6-0 run for Ortho-New Jersey, put them back in the lead.
As we will see Zion Bethea here for 2 from the strike. Knocks down the first.
Yeah, got the shooter's bounce on that one.
Absolutely right off the front rim.
They got Steele on the foul. It's his first in the quarter, actually, for Ortho-New Jersey, as Bethea's second free throw is up, and that one's good as well, so a 2-for-2 trip. And it's back down to a 3-point game. It'll be Banks to bring it up for Ortho. Finds Eddard checking back into the game. Back to Banks. Now they'll find Eamon on the post-up. We know how good he is with there. Kicks out Banks, driving in into a crowded defense. Kicks out into an open steal. 3-pointer. That one's short. Eamon had a chance at the rebound, but a nice job by Leda to poke it away. Now another break opportunity for Bethea. Kicks out, open 3. That one up and into the backboard from Hornbeak. And it'll be Ortho ball. Really nice job on the tap up by Leba. As Steele will bring it up for Ortho. He's got 8 points, all in the first quarter, as we're just about at the midway point of the second quarter. Dumps it off to Eamon in the post, on the block, tries to put up the hook shot. Lost it in midair, tried to tap it back up. No, but he did get fouled. So we'll head to the free throw line, and it looks like they will get Hornbeak, I believe, on the foul. That'll be the third in the quarter on Larson Ford.
And Eamon will head to the line for 2.
Eamon's first free throw is up around the rim, and it won't go. As we'll get a sub here, Deuce Menzel check back into the game for Banks, as Darryl Banks will take a seat. Eamon will have one more free throw. He has a high arc on it as that one falls through.
And he extends the lead to 4 for Ortho, so 2-possession game here.
This game has mostly been played between around 2 points and 6 points, mostly in the lead by Ortho. As Luster working in the corner, bounce pass to Leba. Puts up the hook shot off the glass and in. Nice post move Liba getting it done on the glass. As Santucci got caught in the air, kicks out Eddard, finds Mensah on the block. Santucci thought about a three. Get it back to Mensah. Campbell guarding him. Backs him down. Now finds a cutting Amon on the baseline. Another hook shot. Actually, he kicks it out for Eddard. Wide open triple. Got it.
And I'll say this, Doug Eddard was looking on the perimeter that entire possession for that shot. And way to find him from Mike Amon.
Pushes the lead back to 5. Yeah, great kick out from Amon. As Lester drives in, stops at the free throw line. Kicks back out for Hornbeek. His three won't go. Around the rim, and it's rebounded by Eddard. Finds Mensah on the break. And they'll slow it down. We'll get a whistle and a foul as Mensah got some contact. He was heading into the paint. See who that's on.
Larson foul charge to number 8, Jelani Hornbeek. That is his third.
That'll be 3 on Hornbeek. So he'll come out of the game. Zaire Dean checks back in. That's the 4th on Larson Ford. And with 4 minutes to go, Ortho is a foul away from being in the bonus. As Steele calls for the isolation. Working on Dean. Gets a step, and that layup won't go. Left it short. Dean gets the rebound. Here he comes in transition. Kicks out Campbell. Thought about a three. Drives in. Floater. That one's good. Cuts it back to a one-possession game.
Gene Campbell, what a beautiful move.
Yeah, that was a nice one there, and we'll get a foul on Luster as he was holding Mensah on the entry pass. And that'll be 2 free throws for Mensah. And it's immediate timeout here. But we went to break during the last timeout, so we'll just take this one through here. We already had our immediate timeout for the quarter, so we'll just talk this one through here. 34-31 game. I mean, this has been a pretty solid game so far. What have you liked from both teams?
You know, I really like the fact that Larson Ford keeps the pressure. I think Zaire Dean has been a crucial part, Gene Campbell. So I think that working the ball through them and Amari Jones have really helped them stay close in this game. And then Ortho, I'll say it time and time again, it's just fresh legs coming off the bench. You got Jason Santucci at times, Mike Amon, Tommy Conniff comes in, and Aaron Goldstein, like I said. So it's just fresh legs for them, and just seems to be the same 3 guys for this Larson Ford team, which no problem with that. But eventually we're going to have to move to somebody else as Ortho has a 34-31 lead, and just moving the ball around for them as well. Just I feel like the ball movement has been there, and I feel that's why they're winning the game right now. What about you, Alec?
Yeah, for Larson, I definitely like what I've seen from Alex Liba. He's looked really good on the low block and getting the rebounds as well. And obviously, Steele with his shot-making ability. We saw a 3 from Eddard. I think as long as Ortho can make their threes, I know we've said this for a lot of teams, but if they can hit from the outside, they're a pretty dangerous offensive team as Mensah hits the free throw line for the 2nd time tonight.
As Colin Byrne checks in for the first time for this Ortho team, and I watched him get hot their first week, and this kid could really shoot the 3, so I'm looking to see what he could do here for this Ortho team. Yeah, another perimeter option as Mensah's first free throw was good and misses the second. Oh, another 1-for-2 trip for the 2nd time tonight as Liba gets another rebound. Now a potential break opportunity as Bethea with a spin move down low, puts up the shot, no. Rebounded by Amon. He'll try to bring this one up on his own. And nice bounce pass down low. And, we're going to get a travel here. It was a nice idea by Colin Byrne, who just checked into the game but took one too many steps. Nice idea with the defense around him. But that'll be a turnover. And still a 4-point lead for Ortho, so they're still ahead. But Larson Ford hanging around. As you saw, Doug Eckert was wide open in the corner, which is where I thought he was going to go, but just took one too many steps as the ball goes out on Larson and will head Ortho's way. Yeah, Dean with short on the jumper. And Mensah will bring it up for Ortho. A long pass over to Byrne. Corner triple. That one just a little bit off to the left side. Rebounded by Bethea. Good look from the corner for his first shot attempt as Dean, with a full head of steam, kicks out Bethea. Almost shuffled the feet. Steps back. Jumper. That one's pure. Back to a 2-point game as Zion Bethea pulls up and knocks it down from the free throw line. Mensah trying to go coast to coast once again. Hands off to Byrne. Kicks out. Deep 3 from Eddard. That one's cash. Eddard hyped up after that one. It's back to a 5-point game. A 3 that Ortho could really use. Something we really saw in that 2022 run for St. Peter's is Doug Eddard from deep 3. Yeah, and then a deep 3 from Dean. No good. As Mensah coast to coast steps through a Euro. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Dean. He's looking to go work quickly.
Dean crosses over Byrne, and Byrne has no choice but to get some contact and foul him. Dean, he can work really quickly. Even in the half court, he's got a great first step, and he's just really quick and can get to the basket in a hurry. Only the second foul on Ortho, so not really near the bonus. In a 5-point game with 2:12 to go in the first half as Liba working on Amon. Hook shot, left it short. Amon with the rebound. Steele bring it up.
Luster really working on Steele here.
But not enough for Jesse Steele as he goes coast to coast, gets the basket and pushes it to a 7-point game. 1 point shy of the biggest lead of the game for Ortho. As Gene Campbell working on Mensah. He'll kick out to Luster, top of the key. As we get a screen from Liba. Luster, pull-up triple. That one way off to the left. Misses everything. That'll be an air ball as Amari Jones will check back into the game for Liba.
About a minute 40 left in the first half here. 40-33, Ortho, New Jersey, as they look to increase their lead on this trip down the floor.
Mensah will bring it up. Driving in on Bethea, spin move, goes up with the left hand. A little bit too much English on that one as it falls out as Bethea loses control of it. That might have been a carry, but Eder picks off the pass. Now Mensah on the break, driving in, puts it up. No, but he's fouled by Bethea, so he'll head to the free throw line for the 3rd time tonight. And Doug Eder looking like a free safety out there, intercepting that pass and setting up a break opportunity.
I was just about to say intercepted by Malcolm Butler, but Doug Eder.
You really had to go there. As a Seahawks fan, that hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Went 1 for 2. Mensah did the first 2 trips down the line, misses the first. Now 2 for 5 from the line as we get a substitution here. Justin Feuerbacher, the standout from Christian Brothers Academy, comes in for Colin Byrne. Minute 17 left as Mensah misses the second. High arcing rebound brought in by Bethea. Jones with it now, guarded by Eder. On the wing, calls for the isolation. Driving in on Eder, now kicks out. Luster, open 3. That one won't go, rebounded by Amon.
Denzel Mensah will carry up the ball as it seems to be the current theme here for Ortho.
He's their main ball handler. Eder thought about a 3, pump fakes, puts it up once again. Eder left it short. Rebounded by Dean. He's trying to get on the break already. Under a minute to go. Amari Jones puts up the layup. No, definitely impacted by Eder. Now a fast break opportunity. Behind the back pass from Amon. 3-pointer. Got it! The highlight reel play from Amon to Eder. And it's a 10-point lead with under a minute to play. The biggest lead of the game for Ortho.
You love to see it. Mike Amon behind the back to the young core of the team.
As Campbell drives in and he drew a foul. I think they'll get Feuerbacher on that one. Now they'll get Eder. 3rd foul of the quarter. 24.5 seconds left. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And we'll get a quick sub here for the final 24 seconds as Tommy Conniff will check in for Jesse Steele.
And they're going to go big here.
Yeah, they are going to go big for these last couple of minutes. Just get some extra juice at the rim as Bethea, hounded by Feuerbacher, drives in, stops, pulls up at the free throw line. That one won't go. Conniff with the rebound, and now Ortho can hold for 1. Amon gets it on the wing, puts up the triple. That one went way off as a volleyball-type rebound for Bethea. Driving in, Campbell, 3 seconds left, got it. One more chance here for Ortho. Amon, half-court heave. That one won't go. Wouldn't have counted anyways, but an 8-point lead for Ortho, New Jersey. They put on a nice run at the end of that first half. Then what'd you like from Ortho in the final minutes?
Like I said, the ball movement has been great, as you saw. Just a highlight reel play from Mike Amon to Doug Eder, and obviously fresh legs. Justin Feuerbacher comes in, making moves on the defensive end, and Tommy Conniff comes in at the end and grabs a clutch board. So definitely that's the things that I like from Ortho, carrying into an 8-point lead into the half. And it looks to stay the theme here as Coach really looks to put those fresh legs in, and they're doing their jobs. So
absolutely. So an 8-point lead for Ortho, New Jersey at the half in the second half of our JSBL doubleheader on a Tuesday night. We'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second half. Again, Ortho leads by 8 after a half. Back here at Manasquan High School, JSBL action, second half of our doubleheader. Ortho-New Jersey leads Larson Ford 43-35, second half, once again, of the doubleheader. And Alacredimal here with Vin Leggio. And Vin, it was a very balanced scoring effort for Ortho-New Jersey. I mean, looking at the stats, 10 points for Jesse Steele, tied for the team lead. Surprise 10 points from Jason Santucci, and then 9 from Doug Eddard, the former St. Peter's star. What do you like from their offense so far?
I like that they're moving the ball a lot. They're sharing the ball. It's not very lopsided, and they're letting everybody get the shots up. And you see it on the stat sheet, as you see even Mike Amon, Tommy Conniff, 5 apiece. So getting everybody shots and really rotating the ball every time down the court has really helped this Ortho New Jersey team.
And for Larson Ford, how can they try to cut off that ball movement and get some stops on defense?
I think definitely, obviously they're in man, but definitely more pressure, I feel like. A lot of open looks for guys like Doug Eggert and stuff like that. So maybe less open looks and more pressure, but other than that, it's an 8-point game. It's not like it's anything drastic here, so very much still a great game to be played.
Absolutely. Larson, once again, still in this game. So 5 on the floor for Ortho. It'll be Steele, Banks, Eddert, Mensa, and Amon. The 5 on the floor for Larson Ford will be Dean, Bethea, Liba, and Hornbeek, and Campbell. As Mensa driving in on Hornbeek. That one's blocked away by Liba. Here is Dean on the break. Kicks out. Bethea's foot was on the line.
And you see it time and time again. That short corner has just really, really hurt so many players in this league. It's really just cut basically the corner in half from last year. So really affecting here early in the season.
Yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment period as Steele bring it up. Give a high five to a fan who was looking for one in the opening 30 seconds of this third quarter. Banks off the jab step, guarded by Campbell, kicks out to a St. Peter's teammate, Doug Eddard, cashes that one home from way downtown, and it's back to a double-digit lead, 11 points, biggest of the game.
That connection is going to play big down the stretch here for Ortho. I feel it.
Campbell, nice drive, left out off the side of the backboard, though, as Doug Eddard will get it in transition off the rebound from Amon. Leaves it for Banks, drives in, and he'll bring Liba out of the paint. Mismatch on the perimeter. Banks, crossover, pull up Jay, got it. And the Ortho offense has been cooking early so far in the opening minute.
Beautiful mid-range from Daryl Banks. As you see the St. Peter's duo heating up here in the second half.
Opening 5-0 run. As a nice pass to Liba, easy floater. That one's good off the back iron. Nice setup from Zaire Dean, and first bucket of the third for Larson Ford as Banks will bring it up, crosses over Gene Campbell. Gets switched on to Bethea. Now he kicks out for Steele. Steele tied once again for the team lead for Santucci with 10 points. Banks drives in. Fall away Jay, left that one short. Liba reaches up for the board. And it will be Zion Bethea to bring it up. Bethea gets around a Liba screen, gets around another Liba screen. Nice pocket pass down low to Dean, and he's left open for the mid-range Jay. That one no good. And another rebound for Mike Amon. We say that phrase a lot, rebound for Mike Amon. As Mensa bringing it up. Another deep three for Eddard. That one too strong. It was a bit of a heat check as Eddard with 12 points now in this one.
Speaking on Mike Amon, they're running the solo big right now as Tommy Conniff will take a break on the bench, but seems to be working right now for Ortho.
As a kick out to Eddard, finds Banks down low, driving baseline up and under, blocked away by Liba. Liba's had a really nice night protecting the rim, already 2 blocks in this third quarter. Dean gets it in the corner, tries to drive baseline. Gives it for Hornbeek. Now Liba over Amon, gets the hook to go. Liba's looked really impressive on the block on both ends of the floor, and it's back to a 9-point game, 2.5 minutes in to this third quarter. As Mensa drives baseline, leaves it for Amon. One dribble, hook shot, that's his bread and butter, and he gets it to go once again.
Boy, the Mike Amon left hook. What JSBL move is better than that?
Not many, I'll tell you that. As Hornbeek leaves it for Lida on the block. Oh, that's a nice spin. Puts it up, and that one's good. Liba looking really impressive, just spun off of Amon and got the open look. As Steele still trying to get into his rhythm after a strong first quarter. Fall away, Jay, that's how you do it. Got that one to go, and Steele, once again, can put up a shot from any angle, much like his Monmouth legend counterpart, Justin Robinson. Both of those two extremely talented as Amon gets the steal. Oh, left that one a little bit too far for Eddard. Just a tad overthrown on the break opportunity, and it'll be Larson ball.
Ortho looks to continue the pressure on the offensive side to build on their 11-point lead. First, got to make it happen on the defensive end.
And a kick ball by Jesse Steele. So Larson will remain with the ball. 6:23 to go here in the third quarter. Again, 52-41 for Ortho, New Jersey. Screen from Liba. Bethea gets off of it, pulls up from the elbow. That one too strong. Liba taps it out. And that one, it's tipped. The shot clock should reset, and it will.
For Larson Ford there, those are the looks that you need. You just need the shots to fall. So as Jesse Steele, active hands on the defensive end. Knocks it out of bounds, but just great defensive effort from Jesse Steele.
Yeah, it's a good tip there. 7 on the shot clock. As Dean will inbound from the baseline. Finds Lida. Oh, that's a sweet fake and get. Liba really working in the post right now on Eamon. It's back to a 9-point game. Under 6 minutes to play in the third. Banks kicks over to Steele. Thought about the three. Got Campbell in the air. He'll take a fall away too instead. Left it short. Rebound right to Banks. Darrell Banks with the board. And he'll reset offensively. Leaves it for Mensah in the short corner. Kicks back out Banks. Trying to create some space. He'll just give it right back to Mensah. 5 on the shot clock, and Hornbeek tips it out of bounds with 5 on the clock.
That'll stay Ortho's way.
Nice job by Hornbeek, even though he has the size disadvantage, good hands to tap it out of bounds. And we'll get a sub. Amari Jones will check back into the game. He'll come in for Zaire Dean. 5 on the clock as you hear from the Ortho bench. It'll be Steele to inbound. Bounce pass to Banks. 3 now, got to put up a shot. Fall away 3. Oh, that one was almost down, but a rebound by Liba. It'll be Bethea to bring it up. Driving on Eddard. Going under the basket. Now he's stuck. Oh, what a nice pass to Liba. That's an easy finish. Split the double team and found an open Liba. And it's back to a 7-point game. Larson Ford hanging around.
Beautiful inside work early in the half here from Larson Ford.
As Mensah finds Darrell Banks, drives in. Oh, he had Eddard. Just half a second later would have had him for a cut. But another turnover as Jason Santucci will check back in for Denzel Mensah. But not before the media timeout at the exact 5-minute mark. Shout out Daily Deuce of Hoops. Always loves an exact media timeout. 52-45 Ortho lead. We'll be right back after this break here on the JSBL Action. Midway through the third quarter, a 7-point lead for Ortho, New Jersey. 52-45 they lead. It'll be Larson Ford ball, though, trying to cut it back to a 2-possession game. And they've got something going with Alex Liba still on the floor. He's had a really nice third quarter.
Absolutely. The inside work between him and Amari Jones has been just phenomenal as they go right back to it. And
two-hand slam for Liba off a nice feed from Gene Campbell. And it's down to a 5-point game, 2-possession game as Banks the other way. Got caught in the air, tried to find Santucci down low. And another turnover. Ortho's been turning the ball over a little bit too much in the stretch here. Larson's defense is tightening up.
Absolutely, and they're tightening up on the defensive side, and they're really making things work on the offensive side as they go right back to Alex Liba. And he lays it in again.
Great finish from Alex Liba. Liba, one of the stars of this third quarter, and it's back to a 3-point game, a 1 possession.
Larson Ford has 14 points in the quarter. I want to say Alex Liba has close to 10 of those points.
He's got a lot of them. Pump fake from Steele. That one's off. Rebounded by Jones. Here comes Zion Bethea, guarded by Santucci. Driving in, a nice layup, and that one just rattles out. I think Santucci might have gotten a hand on that one as well. As Eddard bringing it up off the feed from Steele, gets off the aim and screen at the free throw line. Passes out to Banks, who couldn't haul it in, but regains control of it. Cross keys to Eddard. Thought about a really deep three. He'll just take the floater instead, and that one's good.
Beautiful inside work from Ortho there. Really moving the ball around, like I said, and finding open shots.
Eddard gets Ortho back on the board for the first time in a couple minutes. A high floater from Campbell, and he responds. Gene Campbell can really make those difficult shots. That's one of his best traits, a steal, bring it back up. Driving straight to the basket, scoop layup, that one's good. We're seeing Ortho get to the basket in these last couple possessions to some good results. As Campbell bring it up.
5-point game here in the late window.
Leiba gets it again at the free throw line. Nice spin. I thought it might have gotten away with the travel, but either way, gets it to Amari Jones. 7 on the shot clock. Leiba screen goes to the floor. They got to put up a shot. Amari Jones with 2 on the shot clock. Gets the shooter's bounce, and it goes. Nice job by Amari Jones getting the last second J, and it's back to a 3-point game with 2:40 to go in the third.
Amari Jones from a very uncomfortable position, getting up a nice shot for Larson to cut the lead to 3 in a 1-possession game. So
Eddard on the drive, kicks out, Amon deep 2, left that one short. A rebound, Amari Jones, and Larson with another chance to potentially tie the game on this possession. Back down low, goes to the button, goes to it again to Leiba. Now Amari Jones catch and shoot triple, left it short. Nice stab at the rebound by Amon. Steele thought about starting to break, but he'll slow it down, and he'll just pull up for himself. Left that one short. Rebounded by Campbell.
About 2:05 left in the third quarter here as Ortho looks to hold the lead and Larson Ford looks to possibly take the lead going into the fourth.
Campbell, oh, what a feed to Leiba. He finishes once again. The Campbell to Leiba connection has been automatic in this third quarter, and it's down to a 1-point game with under 2 to go in the third. Slowing it down is Darrell Banks. Gets a screen from Amon. Step back, Jay steps into it, gets fouled. Can't get the 3 to fall, but Banks will head to the free throw line.
As the foul, I believe, was committed on Amari Jones.
Yeah, Jones a little bit too eager on that contest, so Darrell Banks will head to the free throw line. Didn't have any points in the first half. Looking to get going, and also, if he can hit all 3 of these free throws, we'll push it back to a 2-possession game. 3 free throws coming up for Banks. Once again, a part of that special St. Peter's squad along with Eddard. First free throw is good, and we'll get some subs here. As Tommy Conniff will, after this free throw, we'll get some subs. Tommy Conniff will check back into the game for Mike Gaiman, who's already out. As Banks' second free throw is good, back to a 3-point game.
And I know Dan already mentioned it, but Darrell Banks had 27 against Kentucky back in 2022. Just such a key piece of the puzzle for that St. Peter's team.
That was a great Kentucky team, too. One of the better ones that John Calipari has had in terms of pure talent. Third free throw rattles out, but Santucci goes up for the rebound. He's pump faking, looking for somewhere to go. Banks kicks out. Goldstein right off the bench and leaves that one short. Goldstein came in for steal.
But there he is again, Jason Santucci giving this Ortho team some very quality minutes off the bench, going up and grabbing a board.
Yeah, that could loom large come playoff time. As Leiba done his work in the paint, tries a 3, and that one way short, as Eddard will start the break. Steps back, another 3, and that one almost was halfway down, but just rattled out.
As we approach a minute left in the third.
Jones driving it on Conniff, up and under, got it in a foul. Amari Jones now with a chance to tie the game with this free throw coming up, and once again, Larson Ford just sticking around. Ortho had it up to an 11-point lead early on in this third quarter, but Larson, they've played some good defense. They've cut this lead down and have a chance to tie it.
As Denzel Mensah will replace Darrell Banks here for the last minute of the quarter. Probably a good move for Ortho, as Denzel Mensah, as we mentioned before, as a power guard, could really push the ball up the floor. So we'll see what he could do here for Ortho.
Looking for the first tie of the game. Amari Jones at the free throw line. Leaves it short, so Ortho remains in the lead. Santucci loses the ball, and it's picked up by Hornbeek. Leiba with it to reset offensively. Campbell spins. That's a high hook shot, and he got it.
Larson takes the lead.
Third lead change of the game. And Larson in front with a minute to go in the third quarter. Goldstein finds Eddard. Now bounce pass to Conniff, working on Leiba. Finds Santucci. Santucci up and under, no. Had some contact. And now 2-for-1 potential. It doesn't look like they'll take it, but Campbell will bring it up. Campbell working on Santucci. drives, rises up from the elbow, got it. Gene Campbell's been automatic in this game from that mid-range spot, and it's a 3-point game in favor of Larson Ford, but Ortho will hold, likely for one final shot. 13 seconds on the clock, down by 3 in the third quarter. Goldstein working on Hornbeak, isn't getting anywhere. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Goldstein looks, steps back, fall away jumper. Oh, that was in and out. Santucci with another offensive rebound. Can't get a shot up, and that's how the third quarter will end. So Larson Ford outscores Ortho-New Jersey 26-15 and takes a 3-point lead headed into the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, fourth quarter action coming up here at the JSBL. Welcome back to Manasquan High School. Fourth quarter action of the Jersey Shore Basketball League as Ortho-New Jersey leads Larson Ford at 61-58. Alex Leiba, the star of that third quarter, he had 16 points to help take the lead as once again outscoring him 26-15 Larson did in that third quarter. And they'll start with possession as Gene Campbell bringing it up, almost pulled it up, but went right back to Leiba, draws a foul and got it to go. 18 points for Alex Leiba in the second half alone. And now with a chance to push it to a 6-point lead. Leiba has been automatic on the block tonight.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that is what Larson Ford is doing here. Working the ball inside to Alex Leiba. The Gene Campbell-Alex Leiba duo is really working for them. So we'll see what they continue here as he looks to increase the lead to 6.
And Leiba was a perfect 8 of 8 from 2-point range in that third quarter. He did miss a 3, but now he's up to 9 of 9 from 2-point range in the second half as he completes the 3-point play. He's got 25 points to lead all scorers. As Goldstein, nice bounce pass to Conniff. Getting positioning, lost control of the ball. It goes off his knee, out of bounds, and it'll be Larson Ford ball. They've got all the momentum right now as they have a 6-point lead in the opening 20 seconds of this fourth quarter. Ortho just has gone dry on offense. They haven't been able to get as many good looks, and Larson has taken advantage. Gene Campbell once again working at the top. Now Jones, back to Campbell. They're looking for Leiba, but good job by Conniff of denying the entry. Jones pull up 2, he's got that one, and Amari Jones has had a nice second half as well. He's got 9 points in this game. Goldstein bounce pass to Conniff. Pump fakes, puts it up, blocked by Leiba, gets the offensive rebound, and Conniff puts it back in, snapping the scoreless drought, and it's back to a 6-point game. Relatively low scoring, but Larson Ford has played really good defense. Campbell going all the way with the lefties lay, he's got it. Back to an 8-point game. Here comes Mensah going coast to coast, puts up the shot. Foul occurred before the shot, so it'll be a side out for Ortho. First foul of the quarter on Larson Ford.
Ortho looks to really pick up here with 8:45 left. Alec starting dry in the fourth, but looking to really, and maybe that'll do it for you.
Maybe it will as Jesse Steele gets the floater to fall. He looked lights out in the first quarter. Hasn't gotten as many good looks since then, but he gets the floater to fall, and it's back to a 6-point game. As Campbell finds Jones in the corner, guarded by Mensah. Screen from Leiba, dives towards the basket. Jones had it stripped from him by Mensah, but Mensah tipped it out of bounds with 5 on the shot clock.
And Larson Ford just looks to continue to increase their lead here. Almost seems like a crucial stop for Ortho.
If they can get it, it would be a big one. As Bethea gets it, fall away Jay. Oh, he got the nice touch there. And could not get that stop. It's back to an 8-point game, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Early Mensah bringing it up for Ortho. Dribble handoff with Eddard. Pump fakes, drives in, and he gets fouled by Amari Jones. So Doug Eddard will head to the free throw line. Eddard in this game so far, 14 points. He's tied for the team lead, or was tied for the team lead after the third quarter with Jesse Steele with 14 points. Steele now has 16 after that floater on the last possession. And that's 5 fouls on Amari Jones as Zaire Dean will check back into the game. Again, 6 fouls is a foul out. It's like the NBA rules, as Eddard's first free throw is good. Dean will check in for Amari Jones, and Amari Jones has had a solid second half, creating for himself and also just being a presence.
I was going to say, definitely facilitating for this Larson Ford team.
After 3 quarters, they had 19 assists on 28 made field goals. That's a pretty solid rate. Second free throw for Eddard. That one's good. He's tied for the team lead with Steele, and Ortho applying a little bit of fake pressure as they'll bring it back. Campbell, he's been so good at shot making tonight. That pick and roll combo with Liba has been almost unstoppable. They'll go back to it once again. Kicks out Hornbeek, nice crossover. He'll just rise up from 3. And that one too strong off back iron, but Liba's there, got it tipped out of his hands by Steele. They'll say it went off the head of Liba. Wow. It'll be Ortho ball in a 6-point game.
I don't know about that call, but it's ref's call, not ours, so.
Eamon will check back into the game for Tommy Conniff. Mike Eamon, his usual excellent rebounding numbers. He's got 14 on the night. As Steele will bring it up, gets a screen from Goldstein. Now trying to direct traffic offensively. Kicks it over to Eddard, now in the corner, trying to find Eamon. Good denial by Liba. Gets back to Mensah on the wing. Driving in. Nice layup. Oh, he left it short. A lot of contact between him and Bethea. Refs let it play on. Now Bethea trying to go coast to coast. He gets left open with a lefty layup, and that one's good. Back to an 8-point game. A long inbounds pass taken away by Larson. Great job by Hornbeek with the awareness to tip it away. And now an opportunity for Larson Ford on offense. Gene Campbell, and we're going to get a timeout here by Larson Ford. They want to talk things over offensively. I think this is a good timeout. They want to get back into their stuff. Even with the 8-point lead, they know how dangerous some of these guys on Ortho, New Jersey can be. Guys like Jesse Steele, guys like Doug Eddard, even a guy like Mike Eamon who can really get you a bucket in the post when you need. So I like this timeout from Larson Ford just to talk things over, slow the game down a little bit.
Absolutely.
Larson's been better when this game has been slowed down.
And it looks like they're almost getting out of their own control, and they want to really keep that in check. So
that's a good job identifying that and calling the timeout. Still an 8-point game, and once again, I mean, these games are not over until we see all zeros on the clock.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of great games last night. Stearns versus Seaview, so.
Stearns led by 17. They led 99-82 at the end of the third quarter, but then Seaview Jake came out and went on, I think it was like a 16-2 run to start the quarter.
It was impressive, to say the least.
It was extremely impressive.
Led by Justin Robinson.
Of course, as it usually is for them. He was magnificent in that game. These games aren't over until we see the triple zeros on the clock. As it'll be Larson Ford basketball to start this possession. 7 minutes to play here. It'll be Campbell to inbound from the sideline. As Bethea, guarded by Mensah, gets a step on him. Kicks out to an open Campbell in the short corner. Almost had Liba for a second, but Campbell will bring it back. 7 on the shot clock. Got to put up something here as Liba will get it back. 5 seconds now. Gets a bump. Spins. Kicks out. Dean at the shot clock buzzer, got it. That is a huge 3 for Zaire Dean at the shot clock buzzer. They'll call it a 2, in fact, as his foot was on the line. But either way, it's a double-digit lead. As now Steele in the corner, steps back, kicks over to Goldstein, needs a 3, gets a 3.
And that might be the momentum switch that Ortho needs right there. Maybe a big stop coming up here for them as Larson Ford just continues to keep the pressure on this Ortho team and really just knock down shot after shot. And
pass tipped away by Eamon. Here's Goldstein, a beautiful spin move, puts up the layup and good. Back to a 5-point game, and all of a sudden, like we said, Ortho can turn this game on a dime. That's what they've done so far out of the timeout.
They are not going to shy away, Alec.
No, they are not. As Campbell, he won't shy away, drives into the bucket and gets the up and under finish. Back to a 7-point game, 5:50 to go in this one. Goldstein Driving in on Hornby. Kicks over to Eddert. Now down low to Mensah. Goldstein triple. Got it once again. Goldstein with 2 big threes. He's fired up. It's back to a 4-point game with 5.5 to play. This game's getting spicy.
Aaron Goldstein has Ortho's last 8 points. I said it early on. He's going to be a fire for this team as Leiba knocks in another layup for this Larson Ford team.
He's been excellent at the basket. Back to a 6-point game. Mensah gets a step, stops at the free throw line, kicks out to Eddert. Stops at the elbow, kicks out Mensah. Bit of a 1-2 game. Kicks out Steele. Catch and shoot triple. Needs it. Gets it. Once again, Ortho is putting on the perimeter show that it needs. Back to a 1-possession game, 78-75, midway through this 4th quarter. Do not leave this game if you're watching on YouTube, as floater from Zaire Dean won't go, and a chance for Ortho to tie the game.
Aaron Goldstein looking for it as the hot hand here.
Eddert on the baseline, kicks out Steele, also a hot hand. Tried to pass it back to Eddert, but a beautiful steal by Dean, and now a fast break opportunity for Larson Ford. Campbell drives in, lays it in, and it's back to a 5-point game. Ortho moving quickly on their other end. Steele drives in, kicks out. Eddert thought about a 3. Goldstein, can he get another one? No, that one rattles out. That would have been a big-time 3-pointer. And now Larson will slow it down as this pace got a little fast for him. 4:15 to go. They lead by 5. It'll be Zaire Dean, and we're going to get a timeout. They just want to talk some things over. 5-point game. And it's a media timeout, so we'll take it with them. Don't go anywhere. 80-75 as we have a timeout. Larson Ford trying to hold on to this lead. We'll be right back after this timeout. Back here at Manasquan High School, 4:12 left in this game, and an 80-75 lead for Larson Ford. They went on a burst at the end of that 3rd quarter, took the lead, and have not looked back yet in this 4th quarter. Lead by 5, but Ortho's not going away either. Larson with possession. It'll be Zaire Dean guarded by Goldstein.
And as Alec has mentioned, every game's a game until 0-0, so.
Dean triple, got it. Steps back and knocks it down. It's back to an 8-point game, and that was exactly what Larson Ford needed out of the timeout. A steal, loses possession and gains it back. Down low to Amon, working on Leiba. Leiba's done an excellent job on the big man, Amon, as he blocks another one and gets the board. Leiba has owned the paint on both ends of the floor on offense and defense. Now a 3.5 to go. Campbell, oh, he levitated in the air for that one, and Gene Campbell makes it a 10-point lead. An immediate 5-0 run out of the timeout. Very well timed from the coaching staff. Eddert driving in at the free throw line, loses control, goes on the floor for it, goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. Larson Ford ball. And all right, well, I guess this is the media timeout. I was mistaken. The last one was not a media timeout, so we'll keep it here for this one since we already took our media timeout. I mean, Larson Ford has come out of the gate fantastic out of that timeout. What'd you like from them the most on offense?
Like I said, pressure. Just instant pressure from them. Zaire Dean just pulls up from the top of the key. We haven't seen him do it all night, so it was a very unexpected move. Knocks down a 3. They come back, clutch block from Leiba and Mike Amon, and they come down. Gene Campbell lays it up at the left. Instant pressure right out of the timeout for Larson Ford. Really just making this Ortho team kind of look tired. We know they're not, but this Larson Ford just outworking them at this point. So Larson looks to keep the lead, maybe increase it. Ortho looks to cut it and make a push in this last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Obviously, we know that anything could happen here. We've seen it time and time again. So back to you, Alec.
10-point game, 3:21 to go, and Ortho's going to apply the backcourt pressure as Dean gets the inbound. Goldstein tight on him. Dean crosses the midcourt line. Now Leiba on the screen. Heyman comes out to help. And now Bethea switches, or Eddard switches on to Bethea. Shot clock at 6. Bethea driving in, kicks out. Hornbeek, 3. Got it. Once again, Hornbeek hits from 3. It's been an avalanche from the perimeter late in this fourth quarter, and it's now a 13-point game. Mensa will try to respond. Lefts it short. Offensive rebound by Amon. Working on the baseline. Spins around Leiba. Oh, beautiful pass to a cutting Goldstein, but he left it short. $1 million setup with the 5-cent finish, and now Larson with possession. Dean with it now. Trying to take some time off the clock. 2.5 to go. Finds Hornbeek. Kicks out to a cutting Campbell. Open Jay, and missed that one. Might have been his easiest look of the day, but he couldn't hit it. Eddard now driving on the break. Drives over Dean and gets the floater to go off the glass.
That might be the momentum switch that Ortho needs here to maybe close out this game in the next 2 minutes.
They're going to put pressure in the backcourt. Dean gets the inbound, races past Eddard, and across the midcourt line, a steal switches onto him. Ortho needs a stop as Mensa comes over to double, gets it to Leiba. Kicks back out to Campbell, and they break the press. Campbell drives baseline up and under. Oh, man, that was a beauty. Gene Campbell has been excellent attacking the basket. Back to a 13-point game with under 2 minutes to play. Eddard driving in, trying to bring Ortho back into this game, and he gets another one. Applying the defensive pressure once again as Bethea gets the inbound. He'll cross the midcourt line with relative ease as Steele picks his pocket. Now he's got an open break, lays it up and in, and with 90 seconds left, it's down to a 9-point game. This one ain't over yet as Leiba gets the inbound. Hands off for Dean. He's got a wide open Bethea. Hits him. Puts up the layup. That one's too easy. A beautiful press break for Dean. And that one thrown away. Bethea gets 2 for 1. Call that the McConnell. It's back to a 13-point game. Eddard gets it back to Goldstein with 1 minute and 9 seconds left. Time is running out. And another steal. Bethea rises for the layup, and that might just do it here. A 15-point game with 1 minute to play. Larson Ford has played a fantastic fourth quarter as Mensa lays it up and in with 52 seconds left to cut it to 13, but the defense for Larson Ford has been unbelievable in this second half as Campbell crossed the midcourt line. Ortho's just going to foul here to try to stop the game and slow it down. They'll get Mensa. First foul in the final 2 minutes. One more until Larson Ford's in the bonus with 40 seconds on the clock and 14 on the shot clock.
But honestly, Alec, is 13 too much in 40 seconds?
I don't want to say yes, but I mean this Larson team has played tremendous
defense. A lot of
defense.
things will have to go right.
Yeah, exactly. As Amon's going to wipe up a wet spot on the floor. 96-83, Larson leads.
Love to see it from Mike Amon.
They went on a big-time run. Ortho led by 8 after the first half. They led 43-35. So far, they've been outscored 61-40 in the second half.
So Larson just, like we said, just doesn't shy away at leads from Ortho and really looking to close it out here in the last 40 seconds as Bethea will get it on the inbound.
Bethea works past Goldstein, drives in, puts up a scoop layup. That one's good to put the finishing touches on what will likely be another win for Larson Ford. As Steele pulls up from 3, left that one off back iron. Leiba the rebound, and Ortho's going to call the dogs off with a 2-3 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Campbell's going to drive in once again, putting the finishing touches on his fantastic game, and with the shot clock off, 100-83 lead. It's been a fantastic second half. As the three-pointer from Eddard in the corner, that one's good. 9.7 on the clock. It's a 14-point game. And they're going to call off the pressure. Zion Bethea will dribble this one out. What a second half. They outscore Ortho New Jersey 65-43 and win this game 100-86. Larson Ford, another win in the win column. And what'd you like about this game and the performance from Larson Ford in the second half?
Larson Ford just does not seem to shy away from any type of pressure, any type of lead, and you love to see it as a kind of a knit and grit type of team, and led by Gene Campbell, I would say. The veteran kind of just taking that leadership and that winning presence from Stern last year over to this Larson Ford team, gets their second win of the year, and that's some of the best basketball you're going to see.
Absolutely. So 186 win for Larson Ford. They take down Ortho-NJ. We'll get our post-game interview with our star of the game will likely be one of Gene Campbell or Alex Liba. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, been a fantastic game. Again, we'll be right back with our star of the game here on JSBL Hoops. Here with our JSBL star of the game, Alex Liba for Larson Ford. One of the stars of this game, absolutely our star of the game. 27 points, 14 rebounds on an incredibly efficient 13 of 16 shooting from the floor. Want to make sure you put on your headset there so the.
Might be sweaty, my fault.
That's all right. That's all right. That's why we have. That's why we got some wet wipes and all that stuff. But first off, Alex, I mean, 13 of 16 from the floor, incredibly efficient game. What were you able to do out there that worked so well?
Just got to my spots, I just took my time going up, finishing strong.
Absolutely. And in this game, you guys trailed by 8 at the half. I mean, what was the message in the huddle at the half to really get back into this game and play some solid defense?
Yeah, we said we was good. We just got to play together, step up on defense, find open shooters, find me, and then just play team ball,
And, I mean, on offense, the pick and roll with you and Zaire Dean, whether it was him, whether it was Gene Campbell, even Amari Jones and Zion Bethea at times, I mean, what was that chemistry like on the floor for you guys?
Yeah, just the pick and roll. We have really good guards on our team, so I appreciate them just finding myself rolling, or if I get doubled down low, I just kick it out, and our shooters are able to knock it down.
In games like these where you have an efficient game, you really respond well to some adversity at halftime. I mean, how can these kinds of wins where you, again, respond to some adversity, how can that kind of translate to even later on in the season, even in the postseason when that comes?
We just take it like one step at a time, next play mentality. If we mess up, just move on and keep it going.
Well, Alex, it's been a great game for you, a really solid season as well. I mean, what have you been up to lately?
Just working out, working hard, always staying ready for my next opportunity. I'm finishing with college now, so I'm ready to step up and play pro this next coming season.
Well, congratulations, Alex. Our star of the game, 27 points, 14 rebounds, as Larson Ford takes down Ortho-NJ 100-86. Alex, congrats on a great game, and best of luck wherever basketball may take you.
Appreciate it, boss. Thank you, man.